Hey folks, my name is Pravus and welcome to more Plague Inc. Evolved Custom Scenarios. Today we're going to try out a scenario that caught my eye called The Corruption, there it is, by Stinkbomb. Please be aware this is my first and probably only custom scenario. Oh, come on, don't be that way, don't be pessimistic. You might have enjoyed yourself. Maybe you want to make more, I don't know, just not ruling it out. You are a highly infectious disease originally feeding off minerals found on asteroids. However, soon you'll begin to feed off of the Earth and its many inhabitants. Okay, so a virus or a disease of some sort that feeds on minerals, but somehow converts to starting to eat bioorganic material. So it liked rocks, but then it developed a taste for human flesh. That's how I'm choosing to interpret this. All the story are through news pop-ups. Please pay attention. Fair enough. I usually do fail to pay attention, so thank you for the reminder. And hope whoever plays this enjoys it and have the inspiration to make it after watching Pravus' custom scenario videos. Hey! Glad I got somebody creating something. I remember the days when we had a lot of people who were sending me scenarios. Those were the good old days. I wish they'd return. A fungus, eh? Alright, metabolic jump, Darwinist, aquatic, hemophile, and pathostasis seem fine. We can try playing this on Mega Brutal. It has been a while since I played a fungus, but that's not the hardest one to balance, as opposed to, let's say, a bioweapon. Now that one's really hard, or the nanovirus. Those are both very hard to balance properly, but we'll give it a go. Where do we begin? We start our war against humanity on Saudi Arabia. You all knew we were going to go there. So we have a lot of the standard transmissions here. We also have corpse feeding. Very early on, that could be very useful, but not yet. We also start with cellular feeding, begin feeding off the cells. Yeah, see, now that makes sense. If we didn't start with this wouldn't make any sense from an evolutionary perspective. But no, we have indeed developed a taste for human flesh. We have cellular replacement, begin replacing dead cells with false cells. So, like, interjecting our own cancer almost to what? Sneak under the radar? I would have expected that to maybe reduce severity if that were the case. It also gives some lethality. Interesting. Okay. Actually, just notice we have some lethality to begin with. That's a little bit scary. Skin irritation. Areas of damaged skin cells will start to itch. That seems reasonable enough. We'll pick that up immediately. And a rash. A large persistent rash appears on the infected. For our abilities, we have our standard cold heat and drug resistance, and also advanced feeding bonus DNA from red bubbles. Hold the phone. I need to get that. All right, we're going to start spreading all over the world soon enough, if all goes according to plan. And I'm going to get a lot of red bubbles. Why is it purple? It's purple like a shadow plague. I don't know why. Second landing. Oh, okay. So this is going to be like my spore burst. Got it. More advanced feeding. Bonus DNA from orange bubbles. I want that too. All right, what about blue bubbles? Yep, bonus DNA from all bubbles. Well, frickin' frackin' heckin' hoy hoy hoy. How can I say no to any of that? If you're just going to give me a lot of free gas, then I might as well take advantage of it immediately. 4 DNA per orange bubble. That's pretty good. That's really good, actually. All right, what else we have here? Cellular manipulation. Cleverly hide in plain sight, decreasing severity, but also some infectivity. That's a lot of severity reduced, though. That could be useful later on. We'll come back to that one. Let's go ahead and pick up the rash. That would lead to cysts. All cysts begin to form on the infected skin. I mean, this all makes sense a lot from a fungus perspective, you know, kind of a fungal infection. So we've got all that, but now I have no idea how to get the remaining symptoms. Interesting. Maybe I need to be getting corpse feeder and stuff like that. I don't know. We need to get other forms of transmission going. Let's go ahead and pick up some air transmission. Plague Simulator, that is not one of the special events, I assume. I'm pretty sure that is in the base game. Could be wrong. My voice is feeling surprisingly hoarse right now. This is the fun thing about holidays. You go and spend time with family and other people, and then guess what? One of them was probably sick, whether they knew it or not is besides the point, and now the plague spreads! You know? It's just how it goes. I mean, I'm a bit of a plague expert at this point. I think I know how that works. Let's go and start spreading to new countries. We are starting to hit critical mass in Saudi Arabia. Surprisingly not really getting on any of the planes, which makes no sense. There we go. Finally, a single plane launches. Jeezums, dude. All right, with cellular replacement, that actually leads to something new. We've got the skin transmutation. Allow the disease to feed off blood cells, in turn making some patches of skin purple due to lack of oxygen, increasing lethality and severity. Not really much when it comes to lethality, actually, but infectivity and severity, yes. Not sure if that's what you meant to do. Maybe it is, maybe it is not. Let's just go ahead and keep farming some of these bubbles since I'm going to start getting a lot of gas right about now. Maybe a bit of extra land transmission wouldn't be a bad idea, but really what we care about is the air and water right now, just to get me in different places. One of the big problems with the fungus is it does seem to have a slightly harder time getting through international transmission. So that's where the Spore Burst comes into play to make your life a little bit easier. I'm going to pick up some rural transmission as well for when we inevitably get into places like Russia. There's a skin transmutation. All right, so now that we have this amount of severity, I am thinking that cellular manipulation might make a bit of sense. So we will probably pick that up next to go a little bit under the radar, plus some level of drug resistance. Since we are in the UK and in Japan, we are going to struggle actually spreading. Now we're in Russia. Let's go ahead and start with some cold resistance to start building that up. The faster you build up in Russia, the more opportunities you give yourself to get into Greenland. Though honestly, as long as we have second landing, and there might be more landings after this, I have no idea, we might actually end up being completely fine, but I'll hold on to it as a back pocket solution in case I miss some other island. Because on Mega Brutal difficulty, that is known to happen. I actually completely forgot I was playing on Mega Brutal. Right, I need to tighten up a little bit. No, we're actually doing completely fine. Let's go for some more of that air transmission. Really hard to go wrong with that. Brain damage, that's a little bit too severe. Hold on, refund. I don't even know what that does. I just know that that sounds scary. Allow the disease to feed off brain cells, causing permanent damage to the brain, greatly increasing lethality and severity. Yes, I'm sure that is exactly true, and once I have corpse transmission, that sounds phenomenal, but until that point, I'm going to go with a no thank you. I'm trying to be a sneaky, sneaky snake, or a sneaky, sneaky mushroom, fungus, mineral fungus? Why is there a fungus on an asteroid anyway? I have no idea. All right, what else we got? We could go for that water transmission, and that's really effective, so we'll do it. Not spreading fast in China. A little bit of rodent transmission would do the job. I don't feel like I need the extreme bioaerosol, but that wouldn't be a bad idea. Now we're finally starting to get into North and South America. We are in Madagascar, stuff like that. Good, good, good. That's all important for me. Getting into North and South America means I finally can get some land transmission going for me. We're missing New Zealand, and then some of the other islands like Papua New Guinea, and the Philippines, and of course the Caribbean. We're not even in Iceland yet. All right, I take it all back. Go for the extreme bioaerosol. Let's pick up a level of corpse feeding for now. We could go for corpse feeding level 2, but I honestly feel like 1 is all you probably need if it's just standard corpse transmission. The ability to spread after killing people is all that really matters. Let's go for a level of genetic hardening to slow things down. The second landing could go for, there's the brain damage again. Hold on, get rid of that. What do we have here? There is something new that pops up once you get brain damage. I'm guessing once people go herder, they start getting a little bit violent and rowdy. Is that what happens? Maybe. Still no sign of getting into places like Greenland and Iceland. That is bizarre. Okay, we got into Iceland at least, so that's a thing. Can someone please send a boat to Greenland? That's not to Greenland, that's to Canada. It's not the same thing. All right, hang on. We'll pick up a second level of the genetic hardening. I feel like you can't really go wrong with that. I do soon need to go for that brain damage. We could mutate it again for free. There's Greenland. All right, so what are we missing? New Zealand and then Cuba. There's the brain damage. I'm going to let it run this time. We've got the corpse transmission. What does this lead to? Aggressive behavior. I was right. Herder means more aggression. Pick it up. That leads to involuntary actions. Allow the disease to take root in the nervous system and muscles, allowing seemingly random movements. Movements. Very important to get that right. Or actions. Seemingly random? Are you saying they're not random? Because I was assuming it would still be involuntary electrical impulses. All right, what else are we missing? South Colombia. See, the thing is, I don't want to I know we can't get into New Zealand. I want to see if we can get into... No, we can't get into the Caribbean. Okay, so I need to get into places like South Colombia and stuff like that first. Once we know if we can get into Mexico and South Colombia, then I can find out if we have additional things with second landing. So let's go for another corpse feeding, and let's just start ramping up that lethality at this point. So the involuntary actions and the mind corruption allow the disease to take control over the host's brain, increasing the desire to spread corruption and allow it to feed on all. Well, we have to take that anyway. Unfortunately, it's gating everything else. But now I'm seeing these costs go way, 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 way up. All right, hold the phone. And also, we reset the cure back by a lot somehow. Not sure how that happened, but I guess I'm not opposed to it. Let's go ahead and pick up the second landing. That's going to get me into the Caribbean. Then we'll do third landing. So there were 4. So I had a little bit more buffer than I thought, but that is fine. No big deal. The reason, by the way, you don't just pick up all of these immediately is there is a very rare chance that both of them would fire in the same country if you do it while you're paused. You don't want to risk that. That would be dumb. So now we just hold on to our DNA and see what else we can pick up. I mean, hyper-aggressive behavior, yeah, we could pick this up, I guess, and then if we get a mutation, it picks up something that's more expensive. So I'm going to do that. So if a mutation happens, I save myself 50 DNA instead of only 30. Cities abandoned. Recently, many cities... Have I forgotten to read these, or is this the first one? Crap, I actually, I feel like this is the first one, but that's the thing about having subconscious routines in your brain. Sometimes you totally miss it. Recently, many cities and towns have been evacuated due to individuals infected with the corruption. As many as the infected are now hyper-aggressive towards almost everyone. Yeah, I don't like anyone either. This is called antisocial behavior, but it's on steroids. Is it going to lead to people eating people? I don't know. Entity creation. All right, what does that do? Hold on. Deforms the human body to a point where it no longer is recognizable, forcing these entities into exile and increasing the desire to spread the corruption. I am now choosing in my head to envision that there's like... Oh, the network delay. Hang on, we'll do this in a second. I'm choosing to envision that this is like, you know, these husks of humans are moving around like zombies with giant, like... mycelium tentacles sticking out of their back and their heads or something like that. That'd be kind of cool. Someone create a fan art for that. That would make me happy. Network deploys military. The network armed forces have formed the biohazard unit and are deploying to eradicate the corruption no matter the cost. Sure. Who are they? What is this? Lutinex? Hold on. Some of these nations have been renamed. Hang on. We got the Mexico. So there's North and South Colombia. I did notice that and thought that was weird. Okay. Central America. What? Northern America. Hey! They took away the United States! All right, hang on. Russia's still there. Baltic states, Italy, Spain, France, blah, blah, blah. Anything new that's weird? Southeast Asia? No, you just screwed with North and South America. Something happened. I missed some lore. I don't know how that happened, but it is the year 2373, so I suppose that's probably fine. We're not killing very quickly right now. A bit more mutation chance would be nice. I do think we win regardless, because there's no healthy people left in the world, and that cure is not looking very intimidating right now. But we'll go with it. This is a standard mutation patterns pop up, not a big deal. What do we have here, by the way? The hive mind. Allow the corrupted to release chemicals into the air to alert other nearby entities of possible threats or feeding grounds. Dude, I'm telling you, this is like The Last of Us or something, all right? They're mushroom zombies. This is what they're doing. Complete takeover. Allow the disease to take root and fully control the human body without killing the host. You should make this so it's like an automatic win condition if you infect everybody in the world and then remove all lethality. That's what you should do with that one. That would make sense. Negative 100 lethality. How'd I slow down time? I'm sorry, I didn't mean to do that. There we go. So, is that it? Are we just sitting around waiting for some mutation chance at this point? We're waiting for mutation chance. There's the complete takeover. Okay. Well, we didn't auto-win, so I guess that proves that, yeah, once you infect everyone in the world, it's not an auto-win condition. Why would this even be good, actually, now that I think about it? It doesn't give you lethality. It doesn't give me any stats that I need at this point. Why would this even be useful? I think it's a trap. It's a trap for mutation to waste its time. Ugh. All right, well, I think we'll just go ahead and zoom forward unless we get a pop-up or something, because, not a lot else to do here, except for the nuclear explosions in the UK. Again, that's a vanilla event, though. Not a big deal. On the plus side, as we continue killing everyone, it's getting cheaper and cheaper to buy some of these. Let's pick up the hive mind. That would lead to the harvest. Begin harvesting the earth. And also the network bases were brutally attacked by the corrupted entities. They have taken over. Yeah, but everyone's gonna be dead. So unless we get some sort of a mutation right about now, that would have been amazing if it had happened, I don't think we're gonna get to harvest the earth. Harvest to what purpose exactly? And once all the humans are done, can we go back to eating minerals? Because good news, planets are a lot bigger than asteroids. So, I mean, our disease is not going to be hurting for food. It's a smorgasbord. That's what it is. Why does that bring up some memories from, like, Charlotte's Web or something? Like the old animated cartoon, not the new version. The old one. There's like a song, I think, in, like, nighttime carnival or fairgrounds with a goose. A fair is a fair, or something. Hey, it harvested! I knew if I sang something would happen. A fair is a fair, something, smorgasbord, dorgas. I don't know what it is. It's been a long time since I watched that. So we got the harvest. So now we're harvesting the earth. So what happens? The harvest, there we go! The corruption has begun its feast! Nothing can stop it now as it consumes everything known to man. And there's only 240 million people left to witness it. It's sad. I would have liked for a few billion voices to scream in terror and then be suddenly silenced, but a few hundred million will have to do. The corruption has feasted upon the earth. All right, 859 days is a little on the slow side, to be fair. 39% cure progress. I never really felt threatened by the cure at any point. Maybe one or two of the symptoms actually also reduced cure progress, and I didn't see it. That's possible. 27,985 points, 1 star, but it was done on Mega Brutal. Yeah, there we go. I mean, hey, it's actually perfectly fine as far as these scenarios go. It actually picked a theme, it stuck with the theme, it more or less made sense. There was a fair bit of customization in the symptoms and in the abilities. Yeah, I mean, yeah, if anything, I'd say it's maybe just a little bit too easy because you gave me so much extra DNA, but again, I'm not complaining because the costs got really high by the end and I had to rely on mutation chance. So, as far as a first scenario, not a bad start, dude. Maybe go ahead and keep making more. I'll give it a thumbs up, absolutely. Y'all should do that too. Thank you all very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. If so, I would ask you to hit that like button, leave a comment, subscribe, hit that notify bell, and I will see you guys next time.